We often carry a quiet ache within us, a question that lingers in the hollows of the night. Why did she leave? We remember the goodbyes, the distance that grew, the silence that followed. And in that memory, there is often a sense of abandonment, a feeling of being left behind. And in that memory, there is often a sense of abandonment, a feeling of being left behind. But what if the truth, in its deepest sense, is not that she left you? What if what truly departed was something far more profound, more subtle, more essential? What if she simply lost hope? Take a moment with me now. Close your eyes if it feels right, and let your mind drift back. Can you recall a time, a specific moment perhaps, when her eyes, those windows to her soul, began to dim slightly when they met yours? Not a sudden extinguishing, but a gentle fading, like embers that still glow, but no longer spark with the same fierce, vibrant life. It's a fragile thing, hope. It's the silent promise of tomorrow, whispered in the present. It's the belief that the current between you, the unseen river of connection, will continue to flow, deep and true. And when that river begins to narrow, when its banks grow dry, when the water becomes still, hope can begin to recede. She didn't necessarily walk away from you as a person. Perhaps she walked away from the hope that the connection, as she dreamed it, as she deeply longed for it, could ever truly be realized. The hope that she would be seen, not just observed. The hope that her inner world, her subtle shifts, her quiet needs would be felt, understood, reciprocated. This isn't about blame. It never is. This is about understanding the delicate ecology of human connection, the invisible threads that weave us together or allow us to drift apart. It's about recognizing that profound, almost imperceptible shift, the moment when the light in her gaze, which once held a universe of possibility for the two of you, began to soften, to turn inwards, to seek its sustenance elsewhere. Imagine the sacred space between a man and a woman. Within that space, not just passion flows, but life itself. It is a vibrant, electric current, a living stream of shared energy. When this current is alive, every touch is a conversation, every glance a poem. The very air around you hums with potential. But what happens when that hope begins to wane? What happens when the belief in being truly seen, truly heard, truly met starts to erode? The current doesn't vanish overnight. It thins, it slows. The whispers become fainter. The unspoken language of the soul, which once flowed so freely, starts to hesitate. Desire, my friends, is not merely the body calling. It is the language through which the soul speaks. It's the soul's yearning for communion, for resonance, for the profound experience of being one with another, even for a fleeting moment. When that hope for deep communion fades, the soul's song of desire can become muted. It doesn't die, no. It simply withdraws, perhaps to a quieter chamber within, waiting. When energy is blocked, we don't merely lose sex in the physical sense. We lose vitality. We lose that radiant spark that fuels our creativity, our joy, our very engagement with the world. The same life force that drives attraction also drives inspiration, healing, and growth. If the channel of hope becomes obstructed, that vital current struggles to find its way. Think about it. A woman breathes deeply, and life breathes with her. Her very essence is an invitation to life, to connection, to creation. If she holds hope for that connection, she breathes it into being. But if that hope is gradually lost, if she feels that her deepest self is not truly recognized or honored in that shared space, then a part of her breath, a part of her aliveness might retreat. Not out of anger often, but out of a profound, quiet sadness. This isn't about the dramatic breakup, the shouted words, the slammed door. It's about the internal landscape shifting. It's about a dawning realization that the shared future as once envisioned might be an illusion. It's the slow, steady erosion of faith in the possibility of that deep reciprocal flow of energy. Perhaps for her, the hope was for shared wonder. For a man, this often means looking with wonder, seeing the depth and mystery of the woman before him. A man doesn't lose power when he ages. He loses it when he stops looking with wonder, when he stops truly seeing the miracle of the other, the vibrant, ever-changing landscape of her soul. When that gaze of wonder dims, the hope for being truly seen in return, for being held in that space of reverence, can falter. Attraction in its purest form is not sin. It's the universe remembering itself. It's the divine impulse to merge, to unify, to experience the wholeness that arises from two distinct energies coming together. But if the hope for that sacred remembering, that profound resonance, is lost, then the natural current of attraction can become stagnant or divert its course. It's a quiet tragedy, this loss of hope, because it's a loss of faith in the shared current, in the very aliveness that binds us. It's not a rejection of you, but a quiet, internal acceptance that the river between you, for whatever reason, may no longer carry the shared dreams, the vibrant energy, the deep, soulful connection that was once its promise. This understanding is not meant to cast shadows of guilt, but to illuminate the subtle pathways of the heart, to invite you to feel, to remember, to bring gentle awareness to those moments when the light began to change, when the spark that once danced so freely between you began to gather itself, to glow softly perhaps, but no longer to leap and ignite with the same joyous abandon. This awareness is the first step, the first whisper towards healing, towards rekindling the current, not just with another, but within your own being. For the energy that connects us to others is the same energy that connects us to ourselves. Love, feel, breathe. The energy within you has never died. It's been waiting for you to awaken. We speak often of love and of its ebb and flow. But what of hope? Where does it go when it seems to vanish from the heart of a relationship, from the very core of our being? We look outward, don't we? We point to the relentless march of time, the pressing burdens of circumstances, the shifting sands of another's feelings, or perhaps our own. We whisper, "She changed," or "He just doesn't see me anymore," or "We simply grew apart." And sometimes, yes, these external currents play their part. They are visible, tangible. They offer a convenient narrative, a comfortable explanation for a discomfort we can barely name, a void we struggle to understand. Blaming the outside world can, for a time, offer a strange kind of solace, a release from the more difficult questions. It can feel easier to accept fate or the other as the culprit than to turn the gaze inward. But I invite you now to look deeper, to gently, slowly turn your gaze inward. What if the fading of hope, true, radiant hope for profound connection, for vibrant intimacy, for that sacred sense of union, what if it isn't simply a consequence of external events, but a subtle, almost imperceptible shift within the very current of our being? What if hope retreats not because the world is against us, but because the vital energy that fuels us, the energy that allows us to dream and to connect, becomes quieted, becomes blocked? You see, between a man and a woman flows not just passion, but life itself. It is a river, unseen, yet deeply felt. This river is the current of consciousness, of spirit, of creativity, of love. It is the very essence of our aliveness. And when this river, this sacred current, encounters an obstruction, it doesn't simply stop. No, it diverts, it stagnates, it loses its joyous momentum, its vibrant flow. Imagine a once clear stream, bubbling with life, becoming sluggish, its banks slowly overgrown with weeds, its waters murky and still. The land around it, once fertile and vibrant, begins to dry, to lose its lushness. When energy is blocked, we don't lose sex, we lose vitality. Think about that for a moment. This is not merely about the physical act, the touch, the embrace, the merging of bodies. No, it is far, far deeper. It's the very vibrancy of our spirit that diminishes. It's the spark in our eyes, that magnetic pull, that spontaneous curiosity that makes life an adventure. It's the spring in our step, the ease in our movement, the way our breath flows freely. It's the spontaneous laughter that wells up from nowhere, the tears that cleanse the soul, the open-heartedness that allows us to truly feel. This vitality is our inner radiance, our life force. It is what allows us to truly meet another, to brave the currents of vulnerability, to extend ourselves fully, to give and to receive with an open heart. Without it, the world can feel flat. Perhaps what she lost, what we lose, is not simply an emotion, a fleeting wish, but a connection to something far more fundamental. What if hope itself is not just a thought, a fragile sentiment, but a vibrant current within us, a manifestation of our very life force? Think for a moment. What is it that truly drives us? What ignites a spark in the eye, compels us to create, to connect, to heal? It is an energy, yes. We often label it, simplify it, reduce it to mere physical longing. But what if we were to look deeper? Between a man and a woman flows not just passion, but life itself. It is a profound truth, often obscured by surface desires, by expectations, by the noise of the world. This current, this living stream, connects us at the deepest levels, binding souls as much as bodies. It is the very essence of creation, of renewal. Desire, my friends, is not the body calling, it is the soul singing. It is the profound yearning for connection, for wholeness, for the divine spark within another to meet the divine spark within ourselves. It is a language, ancient and sacred, through which the deepest parts of us communicate. When we dismiss it, when we shame it, when we allow it to wither, we silence a part of our own soul. This energy, this vital, pulsating force, is the very heartbeat of creativity. It builds worlds, paints masterpieces, composes symphonies. It heals wounds, both seen and unseen. It weaves the intricate tapestry of deep human connection. When this energy is vibrant, when it is allowed to flow freely, hope doesn't just flicker, it blossoms, radiant and strong. It becomes an unwavering source, a deep well from which we draw strength, inspiration, and an unshakable belief in possibility. But what happens when this flow is interrupted? When it is ignored, or misunderstood, or simply left unacknowledged? When energy is blocked, we don't lose sex, we lose vitality. We lose that inner glow, that zest for life, that creative impulse. The world can seem duller, colors less vivid, connections less profound. The distance between body and soul grows, and we feel a quiet sadness, a longing for something we can't quite name. This isn't about chasing fleeting pleasure. It's about recognizing the sacred within the sensual. Attraction, you see, is not sin. It's the universe remembering itself. It's the recognition of one divine fragment yearning to connect with another, to complete a circuit, to echo the grand dance of creation. It is a profound primal whisper that reminds us of our interconnectedness, our belonging. When a woman breathes deeply, life breathes with her. Her energy expands, filling the space around her, drawing forth a resonance that is both subtle and powerful. It is in this spaciousness, this presence, that hope finds fertile ground. And a man doesn't lose power when he ages. He loses it when he stops looking with wonder, when he stops recognizing the sacred in the ordinary, when he closes himself off from the very current that gave him life. This precious energy, this sacred pulse, never truly dies. It doesn't vanish into thin air. It simply recedes, or perhaps it falls asleep, patiently awaiting our recognition. It waits for us to remember its profound nature, to invite it back into our awareness, to honor it once more. It resides within your body, a temple of wisdom and sensation. It breathes with you in every inhale, every exhale, a rhythm that echoes the universe. And it is present in your quietest moments, a gentle hum beneath the surface of your thoughts. Your body, your breath, your conscious presence, these are the vessels, the sacred conduits for this flow. By simply being, by feeling, by breathing into the quiet spaces within, you begin to reawaken this dormant force. You invite hope to bloom again, not as a desperate plea, but as a deep, resonant certainty. You allow desire to once again become the soul singing, not just for another, but for the profound beauty of life itself. Love, feel, breathe. The energy within you has never died. It's been waiting for you to awaken. And so, we arrive at the quiet question: how do we rekindle that living feeling, that spark, that vibrant current we once knew? Perhaps we feel it has been lost or diminished by time, but I suggest it simply waits. The path back is not through seeking new techniques. It is through profound awareness. It is not about fixing another or repairing a relationship. It begins always within, with you. Consider this: a man doesn't lose power when he ages. He loses it when he stops looking with wonder, when the world and the people in it become merely familiar, when the divine mystery in every breath, every glance, fades into habit. To return to wonder, we must first return to ourselves. And the most ancient, most accessible gateway is our breath. Not the shallow breath of daily distraction, but a deep, conscious surrender to its rhythm. Feel it. Allow it to fill you. When a woman breathes deeply, life breathes with her. And when a man breathes with presence, he roots himself in the very essence of being. This conscious breath brings presence, and presence is everything. It is the silent, powerful offering you bring to every interaction, not just the romantic ones. It is how you truly listen, how you truly see. It is the space you create for energy to flow, for truth to emerge. When we are truly present, the subtle signals within us and from another become clear. We stop trying to control and start gently observing. Because when energy is blocked, we don't lose sex, we lose vitality. We lose the animating force that infuses our creativity, our connection, our very joy. This path is about unblocking, about inviting that current to move freely again. And in this invitation, we must find the courage to feel, to truly feel, Not just the comfortable, the pleasant, but the stirring within, the longing, the quiet sadness, the inconvenient truth. Desire, too, is a feeling, and desire is not the body calling, it is the soul singing. It is the language through which the soul speaks, reaching out for connection, for expression. Attraction, when it arises, is not sin. It's the universe remembering itself. It's a profound recognition of resonance, a sacred echo between two beings. To deny it is to deny a part of life's truth. To honor it with awareness and respect is to touch the divine. This cultivation of an inner environment where every breath is a prayer of presence, where every feeling is acknowledged without judgment, this is where hope can reroot. This is where the living feeling can blossom again. For between a man and a woman flows not just passion, but life itself, a current so vast, so rich, it can heal, inspire, and awaken. Love, feel, breathe. The energy within you has never died. It's been waiting for you to awaken. And so we arrive at a threshold, a quiet place, where the echoes of what was, softly, meet the gentle whispers of what can be. A sacred space, woven between silence and understanding. She didn't leave you because she ceased to care. No, it was not an absence of love that guided her away. She left because something vital, something deeply precious within her own being began to flicker. And then, in the dimming light, it faded. She lost that spark of hope, that essential flame for true connection, for profound depth, for the unspoken promise that life, in its most exquisite essence, is meant to hold between two souls. But this quiet fading of hope, it is not an ending, not truly, never a finality. It is, instead, an invitation, a profound, almost tender call from the very core of existence to look deeper, to turn your gaze inward, not in sorrow, not in self-reproach, but in sovereign curiosity, in a brave, open-hearted inquiry. It asks you, gently, where have you, perhaps, in the currents of time, misplaced your own hope? Where has your own inner flame, that radiant, vital spark, dimmed within the quiet, often forgotten chambers of your being? Can you feel that question resonating deep within you? This moment, this quiet, dawning understanding, it is a doorway, not to the barren fields of regret, but to the fertile grounds of rediscovery. For beneath the intricate layers of disappointment, of unspoken words, of long-held, unfulfilled longings, there lies, always, an unbroken current, a deep river of innate life force. It flows ceaselessly. It is the very essence, the primal core of who you are. The wellspring from which all vitality, all profound creativity, all authentic connection truly flows. It is the ancient wisdom that resides within your cells. It has never truly left you. This radiant current, this sacred energy, it simply waits. Waits for your touch, for your gentle acknowledgement. Waits for your deep, conscious breath to stir its slumber. Waits for your conscious awareness, your mindful presence, to find its way back home to its source within you. Can you sense its patient waiting, its quiet yearning for your return? This life force, this sacred current, it is not some distant abstract concept. No, it is not an idea to be merely contemplated. It pulses within you right now, a gentle hum, a persistent rhythm, a warmth in your center, a subtle yet undeniable vibration beneath the surface of your skin. It is the very energy that orchestrates your heart's beat, the invisible force that allows a tiny seed to unfurl and sprout, the magnetic pull that draws two souls to gaze into each other's depths and recognize a reflection of the divine. It is the living current of spirit made manifest. To reconnect with it, to truly feel its presence again, is not a monumental task, demanding Herculean effort. It is a surrender, a gentle yielding, a simple act of deep listening, of profound feeling, of allowing without force, without expectation. Can you feel it now, even as you listen to my voice? That quiet aliveness, that deep, resonant hum, deep inside, that subtle current of pure existence flowing through you? It is the feeling of being truly alive. This path of awakening is exquisitely personal. It is yours alone. No other soul can walk it for you. No map can fully chart its winding course. And it is not a destination to be reached and then simply abandoned. No, it is a continuous unfolding, a deepening spiral into the boundless mysteries of your own being. Each conscious breath you take is a step. Each moment of genuine presence, a quiet revelation. Each sensation, a new landscape to explore. It is a journey that requires immense patience, a profound reverence for the delicate, often slow unfolding of self. Like watching a rare, exquisite flower bloom, you cannot rush its intricate dance. You simply offer the light, the nourishing water, and you trust, implicitly, in its inherent wisdom. Trust in your inherent wisdom, the wisdom that knows how to heal, how to grow, how to blossom. Remember this deeply. The ability for deep, soul-stirring connection, for vibrant, radiant vitality, for boundless, expansive creative energy, it is always available to you. It is your birthright. It is not something you must acquire or earn through arduous struggle. It is something you remember, something you reclaim from the forgotten corners of your own heart. It is already within you. Perhaps it has felt distant, obscured by the relentless demands of the outer world, by the lingering shadows of past hurts, by the ceaseless, often distracting noise that pulls our attention away from our inner sanctuary, from our sacred core. But it is there, waiting, patiently, like a loyal, steadfast companion, always by your side, ready to be seen, ready to be felt. It waits for your conscious attention, for your gentle, discerning gaze. It waits for you to simply acknowledge its profound presence, to feel its inherent warmth, to allow it, without resistance, to flow freely through every single cell of your being, to permeate your very existence. And it waits, crucially, for your acceptance. Acceptance of all that you are, the luminous light and the profound shadow, the undeniable strength and the tender vulnerability, the raw, beautiful desire that stirs within you, and the quiet, encompassing peace that holds it all in its embrace. For attraction, in its deepest sense, is not sin. It is not transgression. It is the universe itself, remembering its own interconnectedness. A sacred pull towards wholeness, towards completion, a recognition of spirit in another. Sometimes we fear this power, this immense vital energy. We fear its intensity, its wild, untamed nature. We fear what it might ask of us, the profound changes it might usher in, the vulnerability it demands, To be truly open, to feel so deeply, to live so fully, can seem overwhelming, can seem, at times, too much for our fragile human selves. We build walls around this energy, out of a misguided sense of protection, out of ingrained habit, out of a fundamental misunderstanding of its true benevolent nature. We hold our breath, metaphorically and literally. We constrict, and when energy is blocked, when that vital current ceases to flow freely, we don't just lose sex, we lose vitality itself. We lose the very current of life, the vibrant pulse, the rhythmic beat of our authentic existence. Our world becomes muted. But imagine, for a moment, what happens, what profound shifts occur when we courageously stop fearing this innate power, this inherent force within us. When we dismantle those walls, brick by slow, deliberate brick. When we invite it, gently, reverently, to move through us, to animate us once again. When we stop fearing our own strength, our own immense capacity for love, our own raw, authentic desire, life begins to flow again. Not just in fleeting moments of passionate embrace, but in every single aspect of your day, in your work, in your play, in your quiet contemplation. Your creativity stirs like a sleeping giant. Your intuition sharpens, a clear guiding light. Your connections deepen, becoming richer, more meaningful. The world around you suddenly becomes more vivid, more resonant, more alive. You begin to see with new eyes, eyes of wonder and recognition. You begin to feel with a more open, receptive heart. Between a man and a woman flows not just fleeting passion, but life itself, the very essence of creation. And within each individual, within your own unique temple, flows that same sacred current. It is the breath of the universe moving through you as you. This profound flow, it heals, it inspires, it rejuvenates mind, body, and spirit. It brings a deep, abiding sense of peace and belonging, a quiet, knowing certainty that you are connected intrinsically to something vast and beautiful and eternal. You are never truly alone. It is a return to your original nature, to the truth that desire is not merely the body calling with a base need. No, it is the soul singing a melody of longing for union, for wholeness, for expression. A man doesn't lose power when he ages. He loses it when he stops looking with wonder, when he closes his eyes to the magic all around him. And when a woman breathes deeply, truly deeply, life breathes with her in a sacred, reciprocal dance. Let this understanding, this gentle revelation, settle into your bones. Let it permeate your entire being. Let it soften your edges. Let it ignite a quiet, unwavering hope within you. A hope that feels like a gentle warmth, a steady flame. The hope that never truly vanished. The hope that was simply waiting, patiently, for you to remember that you hold the key to its awakening, to your own awakening. This energy, this magnificent life force, it is your truth. It is your most precious gift, and it is always, always there within you. So now, in this quiet, sacred moment, let us simply be, and allow this profound truth to permeate every fiber of your existence. Love, feel, breathe. The energy within you has never died. It's been waiting for you to awaken.